This presentation is PowerBuilder 2019 R2 using the new native web browser control for PowerScript client. And my name is Roland Smith. The agenda for this session is: what is the new web browser control? How do you create the control? An overview of some of the control functions. An overview of some of the control events. A bit about Runtime Files. And then a demo. A little about me. I've been using PowerBuilder since version 2, and I'm quite active in the user forum. There's my website. You can download a bunch of free code samples, or there's a couple of programs for sale as well. So what is the new web browser control? The new web browser control is based on Chromium, the open source basis for Google Chrome. It uses CEF, the Chromium Embedded Framework, which is a C++ framework for using the Chromium browser. It allows you to display web pages or local files like PDFs, images, text files. It does not currently allow for programmatic interaction with the page, so if you have a web form with fields, you can't pass data back and forth between the HTML page and PowerScript. Now, how do you create the control? Inserting from the Control Insert toolbar drop-down, or you can create a new class object and save that in your library. And now an overview of the control functions. Navigate, you pass in a URL or a file name, and that will bring that up in the control. Stop navigation would be if you want to allow the user to stop the navigate function before it finishes. Go forward and go back are like the forward and back buttons on your Google Chrome toolbar. Get source will return the HTML of the current web page. Print as PDF, you can pass in a PDF file name and it will print the current page to that PDF. Cancel download and resume download would be if you're downloading very large files and you want to give the user the ability to cancel the download and then possibly resume it at a later time. A little overview of some of the control events. Navigation state changed, navigation start, navigation progress index, address change, title text changed, and PDF print finished. And I'll give the details on those during the demo. The runtime files, you can find them under Appeon shared PowerBuilder PBCEF 190. And that folder has 72 files with a total size of 139 megabytes. One of those files is webbrowser.ini, and that file contains a few configuration settings. And now the demo. You can see I saved a web browser control object to my library. To create that, click New, Standard Visual, and then scroll all the way to the bottom, select Web Browser, and then click OK. And then just change something in order to activate the Save button. Here's my window. I have a series of buttons here across the top, an SLA single line edit where I can enter in the URL or display it, the browser control itself, and a static text. The browser control events, we have address change, which is when you click on a link in a web page and it goes to another page, the URL of that new page is sent to this event. Downloading start occurs whenever a file is starting to download. That includes the HTML, any linked JavaScript, or any images that are displayed. Navigation error will be triggered whenever there's some kind of error bringing up the URL that was passed to navigate. You have navigation progress index, which you can use to track how far along you are if it takes a long time. Navigation start is triggered when you first call navigate. Navigation state changed is used to enable or disable your go back and go forward buttons. PDF print finished is triggered after the print as PDF function is complete, and there's a Boolean that lets you know if it was successful or not. And title text change displays the title property of the HTML page. The buttons, we have go back, pretty simple. Go forward. Stop navigation. Use a forum, just navigate and the URL to other websites. Open file, just the normal get file open name, and then pass the file name to the navigate function. Print as PDF. Here I've hard-coded a PDF file name. And then there's zoom. You can just pass in the %. Okay, let's run this. You can see this default page is already zoomed. That's because it remembers the zoom level of each page. If you're displaying a file, it remembers one zoom level for all files. So let's bring that back to 100%. We'll go to the user forum. And if I click on this link, you can see that the URL here was updated. Google Maps works as expected. And my website, I can click a link and this is updated. Now let's open a file. PDF. Fit the page, zoom. We'll open another file. We can zoom. And then we'll print this as PDF. And it says it's finished. And there is the PDF. So that's it for the demo. If you want to connect with the Appeon community, the user forum is a great place. And Appeon occasionally will post to Facebook or Twitter. Thank you.